y'all doing today? My name is Keith. I had some people reach out to me, ask me about what's a good way to set up for a defense for the kicking game. One of the most important things that you can do when you set up your defense, since we are in America, we are in Texas, majority of your players are coming from American football. So let's put that same strategy of American football into rugby. So I'm going to show you a regular football play, and most of y'all will recognize this right from the get-go. However, don't just start jumping to conclusions. I'm going to be able to explain to you how you can teach a newcomer the defense when it comes to kicking, especially when you set up your defense right for a kicking against a kicking team. You can actually use this defense to set up your offense. So let's go ahead and begin. So like I said, most of us came from football before we jumped into rugby. So when you're going into university, or if you just signed up for, a locals men team, Division 3, 4, or if you're just an athlete, you made it to 2-1. So most of y'all will probably recognize this. So I got a quarterback, right? I also have a defensive end, a nose tackle or defensive tackle, defensive end, cornerback, right? Middle linebacker, outside linebacker, and then we have a safety out here, and then a safety out here. It's almost like a 3-4 defense is what we're looking at too, but what we're going to do is we're going to bring it down to where it's going to look more like a dime defense than anything else. And I know what you're saying. Right now. Well, hey, there's 15 players on the team. You're absolutely right. There's 15. However, during open gameplay, how many people normally go into a ruck? 2, 3, or 4. So at this point, let's just pretend you got 4 people that made it into the ruck, and they got to slowly get up and get back on side. So I'm going to kind of show you this to kind of make it easier for you to teach your new player. So let's just pretend, just like again in a football, you have your center here. Well, guess what? When the ball's down, like your center, what is that? That's actually your ruck. So your ruck is right here, right? So we got our back foot. So more likely you got one person that made the tackle, you got a second person that tried to poach, and let's say you got 3 and 4 that sat right there, your third and fourth person that establishing your defensive line, right? Well, we want to make sure nobody comes, we don't want the ball to be able to crash and go inside, so we got a nose tackle, defensive tackle. So who would those people be? Well, that's your forwards. You'll have a forward here and a forward here. That forward could be number 1, your strong prop, or your hooker. Who cares? But it's your forwards. It's one of your forwards. Defensive ends. They're going to kind of come in just a little bit more. And again, who would be your defensive ends in rugby? Oh, I don't know. Maybe your forwards. Again, because they're bigger guys. They're making sure nobody is crashing that gap. So it could be 3 or 4, whoever, But the thing is, the ruck is here, and we're making sure that our forwards are on both sides of the ruck to make sure it doesn't crash in. All right. So our cornerbacks, they're out wide, right? So who would that be? You got it, your wingers. Corner 11, 14, your wingers. Why are they on the outside? Well, you're using them right on your offense. Those are your faster guys. So as you notice, I'm drawing arrows up and down, meaning that it's continuous. Majority of the time, they're going to be going back and up, back and up. Really just depends on what side the ball is. So if the ball is over here, 14's coming down. If the ball is over here, 14's going up, while 11's coming down. Okay? So now let's talk about our linebackers. One of the great things that I really like watching is a little scrum half from South Africa. God, I really missed his name right now, but go blonde. He's a little rascal. I like watching him because he will actually crash like a linebacker if you really watch his game. Because he'll hang out right around the ruck. So that right here, your scrum half. Your scrum half's never going to be on the line. Scrum half should never be on the line. He should be able to play back a couple of meters because he has to run to wherever. Because remember, in defense, yeah, we have 15 players, but what else do we have? We have the sidelines. So that's our 16th player. Got another sideline. That's our 17th player. So the offense can run out of bounds, you get the ball back. You don't overcommit to the ruck. They drop the ball. Guess what? You guessed it. You get the ball back. So don't sweat it. Don't overcommit to your rucks. So number 9, he's just kind of playing back. Because if you did a good, say if they did crash, tackle, good poach, guess where 9 can go? He can go right there to pull the ball out of the ruck. So let's go back. Our outside linebackers, right? So outside linebackers will come back down just a little bit more. 2 that I definitely love having right there is my centers. I like to think of my centers not only as a strong runner, but also more like an American football fullback. He's your guy that's just there to just drive. And if you're an old school Cowboys fan, that's your Daryl Johnson. So that's what we're going to have your 12 and my 13. Okay? So now we're looking at top for fit, so our safeties. So who would the safety be? It's your coaching style. I'm just showing you mine. So you do what you think is good for you. And